magnificent roads of northern Italy have been the inspiration for every Ducati motorcycle ever built. And this is where each and every Ducati has been crafted and created, the Ducati factory in Vilonia.
You're riding a piece of anybody that in this company has worked on the bike. Everybody has left a piece of himself in the bike that you're riding.
This factory's been here about 60 years, 70 years. Most of the man hours within this facility are on the engine itself.
Ducati is world famous for a unique two-cylinder engine design that's built in two basic variations. One is an air-cooled engine, the other a more powerful version that's liquid-cooled. Either way, all Ducati engines start out as a collection of seemingly random parts, carefully sorted and organized in the area of the factory they call the supermarket.
Depending on the type of motorcycle we're going to build, in this case an S4RS for the European market, we collect all the bits for that particular motor, and then they go to the production line, and this is combined with crankcases and crankshafts to build up an engine.
Ducati's air-cooled engine is a lot like a classic Chevy 350 V8. It's been around since 1972.
Over the last 30 years, it's progressed from something under 50 horsepower up to almost 100 horsepower right now.
Ducati's liquid-cooled engines are even more powerful, constantly refined over the past 20 years. In its newest configuration, the engine pumps out an amazing 160 horsepower. Building a Ducati engine is more hand assembly than automated mass production. In a factory with about 1,000 full-time employees, less than 10 people will actually put any one engine together.
Now the completed engine comes over to what's called cold testing. Cold testing is where we spin the engine up, pressurize the oil system. A lot can be told from cold testing because as you spin an engine, in its essence, it becomes an air compressor in a way. And we can tell about compression, efficiency of the cylinders during this testing.
Cold testing is a fascinating concept. It's another way to say run the engine for the very first time, but do it without fuel and never turn on the ignition. Tradition plays a huge role in Emilia-Romagna, the region of northern Italy where not only Ducati, but Ferrari, Lamborghini, and Maseratis are all built. And according to tradition, a motorcycle is born when a finished engine is mounted to a frame. In Ducati's case, that frame is as famous as the engine. They call it a trellis frame, and it's made from cut and miter tubing that's welded together. It looks simple, but none of those tubes are placed there at random. The trademark trellis frame is the result of years of trial and error, and it's a key component of the new Ducati 1098 Superbike.
Right here's the beginning of the final production line of the 1098. Today they're building 1098S versions, very trick version of our new Superbike. And the front end sub-assembly is being mounted to the motorcycle. The more complex the bike becomes, the more sub-assemblies there are. The more sense it makes for us to build up the tail section of a bike with the components that hang on it in another department. Now it goes on to the automated production line where the bike is carried along. This is where we start to put the wheels on the motorcycle and some of the other body components.
The new 1098 is the best performing Ducati production superbike ever built. One key to its performance is shaving off weight during the construction process. At 360 pounds, the 1098 weighs 40 pounds less than the model it replaces. In the world of high-performance motorcycles, that kind of weight loss is huge.
When you think about sport bike, weight is crucial. And so everything we did was fully dedicated for developing the bike that was the lightest as possible.
As long as I've been around motorcycles, it still amazes me whenever I pick up one of these how amazingly light this assembly is. I'm not a particularly strong guy, and I think you can sense the lightness of this wheel, and it's one of the ways we get performance out of the motorcycles. Lightweight wheels and great tires on the motorcycle. Today you see 1098S models being built on this production line. It's quite possible that on the same production line, a single cylinder from the 1950s could have been built on this same line. So there's a lot of tradition in this building and in this area, and you can kind of feel it in the factory. We're the first manufacturer to produce a motorcycle with monobloc calipers. They're essentially a brake caliper that's made from one piece of alloy and then machined.
The monobloc brakes were first developed for Ducati race bikes. On the street, they give the 1098 the most powerful brakes on any production motorcycle in the world.
This is the final testing of those motorcycles we've been seeing built up. This is the first time the engine runs. We're testing the engine efficiency, looking for quality, any leaks, checking the brakes. There's lots of telemetry in there for the motorcycle, but also the senses of the tester himself. What does he feel? What does he hear? What does he smell when he's testing that motorcycle? We really depend on their experience and instincts at this part of the process.
It takes more than experience and instincts to build a Ducati. It takes a very unique Italian form of passion.
So many people here work all week on motorcycles, and what are they doing on the weekend? They're out riding motorcycles. And then what are they doing on Sunday? They're watching motorcycle racing. It really gets into the blood, and that's why most of us are here. Candidly, it's a whole lot of work, and if you don't love motorcycles, there's probably better things to do in life.
There is not only the personal satisfaction of being able to deliver to the market something you dream of, but to give this country, which is Italy, something to be proud of, and the people that work here something to be proud of.
Pride, passion, and performance. 3 words describing the very essence of Ducati. Words that come alive when you twist the throttle.